I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started, right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? All right, man. I got a special treat for the Lawrence Tears members. I got a special treat for the members of the Knicks universe. Before I let you know what that treat is, how about this? Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. Ah! Get that energy up, Knicks fans. Lawrence Tears fans, get that energy up. We're going to rock for a little bit. I got a special surprise coming y'all way. 12:30 p.m. today, your man's Uncle Freezy is going to do a collab with BK Steph. Oh, boy. So we're going to try this thing. We're gonna try something. What happens is a lot of times, and I got a show. I got a show prepared for y'all. I sent y'all a hint of what the show is gonna be about. I put out a video last night about the rankings of guys, and the thumbnail says 9 days to the trade deadline. So you guys know what the show is gonna be about today. But I got some more content for y'all. More content for y'all. Even more content for y'all. So if you're a fan of the Knicks and you're a fan of Uncle Freezy, you're a fan of Lawrence Tears, you're a fan of basketball, you're a fan of YouTube, you're a fan of BK Steph, we got stuff coming your way, and I can't wait to dispense with the information. So BK Steph and myself are going to do a joint. I don't have a name for it yet. She probably don't have a name for it either. We just going to rock. Because what happens is a lot of times, man, when we do the live stream, the open up the panel and things of that sort, sometimes the conversation gets watered down, right? I recognize that, but everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has an opinion. So instead, so sometimes a lot of times I acquiesce to you guys because I want to hear what it is that you have to say. But me and the Queen Bee are going to do a little thing at 12:30-ish. Some content. We're going to smash. We're going to rock. It'll be hard-hitting. It'll be less of the polite panel. Let them talk. And they be like, but I like Randall. It'll be less than that. It'll be less that and more of a hard-hitting stuff. So clear your calendars. Clear your calendars. Clear. And if that's your lunchtime, man, just be prepared to enjoy your lunch with me and the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee and I are gonna rock at 12:30. Be prepared. Right. Salute to the chat. Salute to all my peoples. I published a video, and I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to watch this thing with me, right? Because I'm going to get into 2 things, 3 things, maybe 4 things. Whatever it is, it's going to be really, we're going to do a deep dive. It's going to be fun. It's a deep dive, and it's going to be fun. Let me start by putting the video up for you to see it. Let me start from the beginning, y'all. All right. So I want to play it first. Yo, the son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Allah Wise is in the building. JJ was good. David L, I see you. White Falcon 44 is in the building. David L was good, man. I see you. I see you. Ed Winning is in the building. All right. Jorge Calderon is in the building. Jay Busby, my man's, is in the building. Wiz. Ashley Inc. 1 is in the building. What's good, y'all? Heavy Reese is in the building. Get that energy up. So what I wanted to talk to y'all about, because what happens, look, man, I can't control everything y'all see in Nick's universe. I can't. And I don't want to. Right? I want y'all to go out and experience stuff. But in that experiencing stuff thing, sometimes stuff is put out in Nick's universe and it's trash. Right? Sometimes it's trash. I tried to find another word to describe it, but let's keep it real. Right? So I have a slide in front of you guys. Big also is in the building. Hey, Jorge says, hey man, you're forgetting about Evan Fournier. Did I forget about Evan Fournier? Nah, Evan Fournier is. I did forget about Evan Fournier. You are right. I thought I put Fournier. Did it clip it off? Hey, you know what? You're absolutely right. And when I counted, I was like, how come I keep coming up to 14? How come I keep coming up with 14? All right. I'll add Evan Fournier in this conversation. I appreciate you pointing that out. Jose Perez, I appreciate that. Jose Perez says, hey, but you're forgetting Evan Fournier in that list. I sure did, man. My bad. I forgot about it, but we definitely talk about him. We'll definitely talk about him. I still have it here. I still have it downloaded. I can add Fournier to it. I appreciate you pointing that out. I appreciate you pointing that out. That was dope. Good spot, Jose. I appreciate that, man. All right. So let me start this by saying I have a list of players and what I believe is their NBA value and their NBA value overall. How valuable are they to another NBA team, right? And how valuable are they to the New York Knicks, right? And the reason why I did this is because let me do this a different one. The reason why I did this is because a lot of us are saying the Knicks need to go make a move. The Knicks need to go make a move. I'm in that group too, by the way. The Knicks need to go make a move. But what we need to consider is what move needs to be made and why we are doing it. What move we are making and why we are doing it. Right? So let's look at this list of guards. Right? So my baseline is this. You have to be a 5 in order to be a rotation player. You have to be at least a 5 to be Corey Lee in the building. What's good? Corey Lee, one of the members of the channel. Oh, hey, listen. If y'all want others, man, listen, consider joining the channel, consider being a member. Click on the button, join. I think that you guys talked me into the pricing of it. I changed the pricing based off of what y'all were recommending. And so I think we're at like $2.99, $3.99, and $4.99. So basically what it amounts to is a dime a day. Are you guys willing to pay like a dime a day for nonstop Knicks content? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Whatever it is. I don't whatever it is, we try to make it reasonable. AJ Bula's in the building. What's good? What's good with you, boss? Right. And while I'm on that membership thing, man, consider being a Patreon where we do the deep dives, like why Julius Randle is not as bad as you think, why Quentin Grimes is on the way, and not just talk, but breakdown, film. Right? I'm pausing it, explaining stuff. All Future Media is in the building. What's good? What's good with you, All Future Media? All right. So here's the thing. Let me break down the Knicks guards, right? And I'll put 48 on the wings slide, right? I'm gonna put 48 on the wings slide. I mean, I won't put them there, but I'll discuss them on the wings slide, right? All right, now that's out of the way. All right. So here's the thing. Do the Knicks on this slide have a star somewhere in that 9 to 10 range? Right? Do you see a star, a potential star on this slide? No. What you see is Jalen Brunson is a 7, which basically means he is a high-end starter, right? Basically 1 to 10. Jay Boogie is in the building. Ivory 10. Ivory 10 said, damn, this list looks like trash after the first two. Right. Yep. All right, so let's get into it, right? So Bricks Nation is here. Let me see. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get into it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Jalen Brunson's NBA value is a 7. Not only is he a starter, baseline 5, he's a high-end starter at 7, in my opinion, right? Here's the thing. I think his Knicks value is also 7, right? I think it's also a 7. Right on his heels is Emmanuel Quickley, whose Quickly's NBA value is 6 because he can be a starter, though he's not. So he's not a high-end starter, and his Knicks value is 6 as well. Derrick Rose has NBA value, but no or limited value with the Knicks, right? Miles McBride, I feel like his NBA value is 2, meaning he has no or limited NBA value, but he has value with the Knicks because he plays a certain role. And Ryan Arcidiacono has NBA value because he's a veteran, can fill a role, professional, right? He'll be in a league for a long time, right? And he brings that same value to the Knicks. In my opinion, if you don't have a 8, 9, or 10 on this slide, you need to consider going and getting a 8, 9, or 10. And I didn't deliberately do this. I ranked other players around the league as a comparison. In my mind, for an example, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a 8 NBA value and a 10 OKC value. Right? In my mind, Stephen Curry is a 10 NBA value and a 10 Golden State Warriors value. Conversely, Miles McBride is a 2 NBA value and a 4 Knicks value. Right? And a Trevor Keels, who did not make the slide, Trevor Keels is a 0 NBA value and a 0 Knicks value at this point. Knowing this, seeing how we are rating these guys out right now, you guys tell me what you think about the value of these guards right here that you see on the screen.
been a minute. I want to apologize to the people for my camera. You know, I'm usually cammed up GI, but I got to multitask and I got to use a different unit. But I will say this, as I shut up and let you finish the monologue, we're going to put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name. I'm going to show you why he's not a 7.
Okay. 7 where?
He could be an NBA 7. I'm good with that. I don't like to overvalue my players. He's a Knicks 8 because Randall can't be a 9 without him. So at least makes him an 8.
So Randall can't average 20, 10, and 5 without Jalen Brunson.
Not as clean as it's been. Not without Knicks fans booing him.
Yeah. I don't know, boss. I don't know. Julius Randle was 20, 10, and 5 without Jalen Brunson, though.
Yeah, but it was a 20, 10, and 5 that the NBA hated, that the Knicks hated. He can't be an all-star 20, 10, and 5. He could be a 20, 10, and 5 selfish player that bumbles the ball down the stretch. Now he gets to look like a superstar, where Brunson is willing to bumble the ball down the stretch. Because we're still not getting it done down the stretch.
Well, that is accurate, right? Let me point out why. Let's finish doing this one here, and then we'll move to the wings and bigs, right? No. So the thing is with Jalen Brunson, why Jalen Brunson in my mind is a 7 value to the Knicks, is that if you take Jalen Brunson out of the lineup, they will miss some stuff. I think Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickley can fill in for Jalen Brunson, and there is not a major fall off. Will there be fall off? Yes. If Jalen Brunson, say, gets hurt and misses 2 or 3 games, will the fall off between Jalen and Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickley, and Derrick Rose be precipitous? I don't think so. Right? I like Brunson. I feel like he adds something to the floor every night. But say if he slips on the banana peel and misses 3 games, will I feel like the season is over if Emmanuel Quickley starts in his place? No, I don't. Right? It's just, that was my mindset going into it. Like, whereas, say for instance, if say Julius Randle slips on the banana peel, are you confident that Obi can be inserted and average 20, 10, and 5? Is he better than his replacement? You know what I'm saying? That's part of the thinking here. But here's the thing. This is what I want to go with it. Knicks fans, do you feel like we should upgrade this guard position? Right? Do you feel like we should upgrade these guards? Anything that, look at the Knicks value below. Think about the Knicks value below Emmanuel Quickley. 3, 4, 4. Do you feel like we should upgrade Rose McBride and Ryan Arcidiacono? Is there a guard out there that you could go get to upgrade that 3 to maybe a 5? Can you upgrade these 4s to like a 5 or a 6 maybe? Is there a player out there that you can do that with? And if so, can said player be acquired reasonably? For instance, can you take a Rose and Ryan Arcidiacono and maybe acquire a Cole Anthony? Right now, while Cole Anthony is not going to save the day, but Cole Anthony can increase the value that you have on the bench. Right? There are a lot of ways that you can go to this now that you have a number system. Now that you have a system that you can go by, right? Now you can rank other players around the league using this same system. NBA value 1 through 10, team value 1 through 10. Real King is in the building. Real King says, I don't think that would be enough. I'm asking. I don't know. I don't even know if Cole Anthony is even the answer. I'm saying, like, you're not looking for a look at that. Mr. Vince is in the building. Mr. Vince, hey, what's good, man? It's good to see you. I called Mr. Vince the other day too, y'all. Hey, Mr. Vince, I was calling you because I wanted to get your advice on doing stuff like this, like these on-screen presentations. Would y'all rather see like a balance of narrative or talk dialogue and this, or all this and less dialogue? Or, that's what I was calling. They're like for some creative advice. Real King in the building. White Falcon says, Cole Anthony, good Lord. Yeah. But
yeah, I'm with White Falcon on that one. Usually he trolling, but I can't let it. That's not a troll. Good Lord. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but the thing is upgrading from NBA value at a 2 to maybe upgrading NBA value to a 4. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking to like the Golden State Warriors are not just going to give you Steph Curry just because you need to upgrade your point guard position. Right. That's the thing that I'm getting at, because that has been like the line of conversations before we actually put this up here. Right. Like, go get OG Anunoby. Okay, what are you giving up for OG Anunoby? And if OG Anunoby has a NBA value of 8 or 9, but a team value of 6, why are we trading for a team value of 6 and an NBA value of 8? That means
who are you to whoa. Who are you to give OG a team value of 6 here? Whoa, hey, whoa. Okay. That's no way. This wing defenders is our problem. Now,
that's our problem.
Slow down on OG on this. He's only 6'7". He does have decent wingspan, but he's not the 6'9" guy. I'm 3 and Obi is too expensive for me. But to say that a wing won't upgrade this team either that's not fair.
But that's not what was said.
Yeah, but how you gonna say OG if he's an 8 NBA? He's nothing less than a 7 for this team. How you drop 2 points?
See, again, that's not what was said. What was said is his team's value of him.
Oh, his teams. I thought you meant what it would be for the Knicks.
No, his team value of him. I didn't.
Yeah, but his team has so many wings. They have a problem we don't have at their position.
Right.
We have flip-flop problems.
Right. So that means they don't value him as much, right?
Plus they got a Scotty Barnes issue. But yes, they do not value him
as much. And that's why he's on the trading block. So that's why I said his team value is 6. Because if they valued him like they value Scotty Barnes and Siakam, his team value would have been 8 or 9.
Yes, but then when I'm going to line up for that is I can't overvalue these draft picks that are 4 years from now. How is a draft pick from 4 years from now? There's no way this team is going to get younger over. It's going to at least stay at this age or even get a little older. So future draft picks, that at this point in the game for the Knicks, future draft picks relate to salary cap management. Let's get this 24
and 30-year-old Randall and 28-year-old Brunson. I get it. I get that part. What I'm saying to you though is the OG Anunoby conversation, OGI, is this: his NBA value is higher than his team value. So why overpay for NBA value when his team doesn't even value him as much as we do? Right? Because we in that equation are a part of the NBA value because he doesn't play for us. We value him higher than Toronto. And for that reason, he's on the trade market.
Well, Knicks fans not gonna like my response, but when I go to the table, I'm reasonable. While the fact that you undervalue him or he is of less use to you is my benefit, right? Because then we
Right.
can't even have this conversation. But I'm not gonna come to the table ignorant enough to think that because he's not used to you, he doesn't hold value on the market. There's still a market value for him, and the Knicks aren't the only team going after him.
Right.
I don't know if we get OG or not. I don't think we get that lucky. But if we would
So
get
so 8 is not fair, and his value being an 8 is not reasonable.
it's very reasonable, but I don't think I can go to the negotiation table with your mindset that he's an NBA 8, but Toronto, I know if you keep OG, in fact, you're gonna keep losing. Honestly, the thing for Toronto is gonna come down to being real, just like we thought we were in the front for Cavs. I mean, with oh my goodness, with Donovan Mitchell, somebody's gonna offer a package that helps Toronto. And that's where we're gonna run into a problem because they need guards. And I don't think we're offering any guards. If we offer a guard, if we would give up quickly for if we were to give up quickly for OG, I don't think we got better. I think it would be a lateral.
Okay. So what I'm saying about the OG Anunoby thing in a nutshell is this: guys that have NBA value of 9 and 10 are Steph Curry, Giannis, Devin Booker type players, right? I mean, think about when you're talking about the top of the value scale.
No, you're right.
Is OG Anunoby in the top of the NBA value scale?
Hell no. He shoots 31% from 3. Hell no.
Right. So my thing is, I feel 8 is about right for OG Anunoby because he is the hottest name on the trade market.
His availability makes it.
Right. Not that he's a bad player. I'm talking about value, like basically value. Like, what are you willing to pay for this entity? Are you willing to give up a Devin Booker type package for OG Anunoby? I say in my mind, I say no. I don't want to give up a Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell type package for OG Anunoby.
So your position is let's kick the can down the road a little longer and see what happens.
No, my thing is I'd like to have OG Anunoby. I just don't want to pay that Devin Booker type price.
The problem is you see the market. There's other teams. And the market is set. There's other teams. And I don't know if I'm worried about Atlanta getting him. I think he goes to purgatory in Atlanta.
Right. I would what I'm getting at is I'd love to have OG Anunoby. I think he makes us better. But I think the asking price of a OG Anunoby should not be in the same realm as a Brandon Ingram, who I also feel like has an 8 to 9-ish NBA value, at 8 NBA value.
And I think you're embodying management, and I think if management couldn't get a deal on Mitchell and walked away, I think the same is going to be the same thing on OG. Problem is, how long is the fans going to be able to be patient? Because OG being ranked one of the top defenders, man-to-man defenders in the league, is going to put his value through for these teams that understand when it comes to the playoffs, it's going to be about stops. Right.
So basically, the NBA value scale and the team value scale here, I put it here so that when we have the conversation about who we should trade for, we'll have some means to evaluate the product. You know what I'm saying? What product we're shipping away and what product we're receiving. You know, it's all about being accountable. right? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to send Jalen Brunson and quickly for OG Anunoby. That's too much value for OG Anunoby, right? What we do want to do is look at the third, fourth, and fifth guards. See if we can improve there, right? Derrick Rose is only a 3 in Knicks value because he's a mentor, not because he's a great player. Derrick Rose is not a great player anymore. Miles McBride's Knicks value is 4, higher than Derrick Rose, because Miles McBride brings a high level of defense, right? But since he's not a all-around player, instead of being a 6, he's a 4 because his shot's broken. And he can only defend a certain type of player. Now, while he does that at a high level, right, NBA teams are not always looking for a tiny guard that can only guard other tiny guards. That's why his NBA value, in my mind, is a 2. Right? And not saying that his NBA value, and trust me, guys, I'm not saying that these values will remain the same. I'm saying at this moment, this is what I feel like these guys' value are. Right?
What reports is Pudge Nice speaking to? He talk about the media reports. We've been in every media report the last 20 years. We haven't landed anybody via trade but Carmelo Anthony. There's those reports. If I were to follow the reports, I would say the Knicks would do nothing because that's what our history is. Our history is doing nothing. Well, if we can't get a deal, you think just like management to Freezy, if we can't get a deal on OG, they're not pulling that trade. It's not happening.
Okay. I would just say, because Pudge Nice says, y'all making up anything now? Stick to the reports. No. Pudge Nice, I'll do whatever I want to do when I feel like doing it. How about that? How about you just listen and enjoy the show? How about that? That sound fair? Okay. All right, G.I. So my thing is, we do this assessment here. Like, what we don't want to do is say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, we don't want to like just jump out there and do whatever, right? Like, for instance, the OG Anunoby and the 3 unprotected first round picks. Would you do that, Gian?
Would you say Obi and 3 unprotected?
No. I said for OG Anunoby, would you do 3 protected first round picks?
3 protected? Yeah, I don't think that would get it done. I would do. I would try to give up Obi, 1 unprotected, and 1 of those other deals. But I don't think that's going to get it done because I just don't think Obi had enough value. But that is what I want to do to get it done.
I would say this: you got to have for all of us. We have to. As fans, we don't have to do any. We don't even have to be reasonable as fans. We, you know what I'm saying? We just root and do things the way that we want to do it or whatever, right? But introducing this is at least gives us a baseline to think about all the things that we've seen in the media and all that stuff and where we feel like we need to upgrade or not upgrade, right? So what I'm going to do, G.I., is I'm going to move to the wings slide. Let me see. Let me move to the, okay, there it is. All right. So on the wings slide, let me do this. So we won't be distracted. So on the wing slide, we were saying that to, like, for instance, RJ is NBA value 7, Knicks value 7. I think RJ is important to the Knicks off the court stuff more than on the court stuff. Grimes, I think his value has diminished because he hadn't done a lot of stuff on the court, so to speak, like we thought he was going to be. but he's a young player. So even though his NBA value is 5 at the moment, his Knicks value is 6 at the moment, right? And it's not because he'll be here forever, but it's because, you know, he will legit get better over time. But in this moment, right now, can you see trading Grimes straight up for an OG Anunoby?
Come on, man, stop it.
No, I know. What I'm saying is it's the reason. Like if OG Anunoby was on this slide, he'll probably be 8-ish, kind of close to 9, right? But to his team, he'll be 6, and for that reason, he could be traded.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be on this slide. You put OG with Siakam, Scotty Barnes, who they gotta give minutes to because he's spoiled. That's a different than putting them in there with RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes. Big difference.
I know it. I'm with you. But when you look at the wings on this slide after Grimes and Barrett, when you look at the team value, Cam Reddish may have value around the league, and that's based on potential, but not what he brings to the Knicks. That's why you see the wide range. Cam Reddish has maybe a 6 NBA value, but a 2 value to the Knicks.
And that's why you see the really long minutes, the rotation.
Yeah. And so that's why Obi on this slide is a 7 NBA value. Like teams around the league may think that Obi can be something better than what he is to the Knicks. That's why you see the wide-ranging Knicks value. Right? Like the Knicks don't value him like his value we think is around the league. Right? The same thing for Svi Mykhailiuk. Right? And so if you guys just be patient with me with the Obi thing, I want to show y'all something about Obi, why his Knicks value should be 8 and why his NBA value should be 8. But I just want to put a pin in this Obi thing just real quick. Remember these numbers. NBA value 7, Knicks value 4. I want to move to the bigs, though. All right. So in terms of the bigs, you see Julius Randle's NBA value is 7. His value to the Knicks, I have it at 9. And it's not because Julius Randle is a superstar. It's because Julius Randle is in that role by default with this Knicks team. Not because he's proven it, not because he's done it on the big stage, right? But for us, he has to be that guy, right? And does he do it well? No, he does not. But that doesn't mean that he is not still in that role. And Mitchell Robinson has the 8 value to the NBA and the 8 value to the Knicks. And you've seen in Mitchell Robinson's absence, our defense is taking a severe step backwards. Severe step backwards. And Hartenstein and Sims, you see what Hartenstein's value is up and down. I think Hartenstein's Knicks value can be a 5 at some point, but Tom Thibodeau chooses to start Jericho Sims over Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson's absence. And so for that reason, Jericho Sims has a higher Knicks value than Isaiah Hartenstein at the moment. All right, let me do this. All right. I'm gonna pull this down so that we can have the conversation. Right? Man, we've been on 45 minutes already. Jeez. Okay. Let me throw this right here. Here. Let me put this there. Oh, Jay Boogie says, "Oh, y'all the only two rocking." Nah, Jay Boogie. I just wanted to put that thing out there so I can kind of get through it. I just put the link in the chat, man. I'm gonna rock for a little bit. I'm asking people to come rock with your man Uncle Freezy and BK Steph at 12:30. Man, we're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something new, like a afternoon type joint. You know, we'll see, you know, but it's gonna be dope.
What channel is that gonna be
on? Dope Soul Sports Talk, and I'm gonna put it on the Apple Podcast platform. So it's going to be on her channel, and then it'll be on my audio podcast. And so when so you know, all you gotta do is say, Alexa, find Uncle Freezy, and then, you know, Alexa, find Uncle Freezy for you, and then it'll, you know, go through the steps of playing the audio podcast. But here's the thing I want to ask G.I. though. This is important. G.I., what are we doing? What are the Knicks doing?
Continuing to exercise patience. Because they could have paid for OG already. You could have already done it.
Okay.
That's all I can say. Freeze, we continue to exercise patience, because obviously this is the product on the floor. It's not going to get any better. It's going to have moments where they might can finish games better, but it's going to come down to the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. Some of the first and second quarter has been disappointing, but it takes Randall. Randall must get off to a quick start, and then Brunson fills in, and RJ fills in the middle. It's you see it. You see the game plan. You see even to the point where Tibbs doesn't want to mess with Isaiah's. He doesn't want to throw him off, start him, and then put him to the bench. Isaiah, man, could you imagine? We talking about this guy being MVP of the league. He can't even play in various minutes of the game. The game's got to be set up perfectly for him. So Tibbs doesn't want to play with his rotation, so he's putting Sims in to fill in for Mitch.
So this is a question for GI, but I'm also asking the chat. Does Tom Thibodeau have an issue with his rotations? I'm asking everybody.
Yes, of course he does.
All right. So how do we fix it?
Not with this coach. This guy Tibbs is who he is. To suggest we're going to fix it would mean that you're getting a new coach. Tibbs is not going to change his style.
Okay. So if Tom Thibodeau, the New York Post keeps sending me alerts. I think I clicked on a Knicks article, and all of a sudden, the New York Post has just been sending me stuff just over and over and over again.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting. That's right. On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. What? You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting. Right. Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting. What? You can see my vision through the podcasting. Yeah. But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting. What? I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. What? I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them blowing tears. Closest thing.
Big
Jay
bro.
Boogie in the building.
Big bro. That's what I'm talking about, family.
Yeah. Hey, is he older, bro?
Huh?
Bottom of the morning, fellas. How are y'all doing? Blessings, health, and happiness to everybody. Good morning to the chat, everybody else. Hey, yo, you got some things going on, man, that would have made me drop out of school back in the day. I try to understand what you're doing. I had to come sit up in the front row. You know, back in the day, we went to class and sat in the back. So I had to come get a front row seat this morning and see what you're talking about.
You brought a pad and a pencil too, huh? Yeah, he had numbers on the board. You saw that?
For real.
Yeah, man. Is the main thing to it, man, is is this. I think at times we undervalue what we have or don't appreciate what we have, right? And then at other times, right, we overrate what we have when we're talking about putting that thing on the market. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, there are a lot of people that say, well, just trade Julius Randle and get what you can get for him, right? But the thing about Julius Randle is basically, in theory, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 4.5 assists every night, rains through the snow. He don't miss games. He here every day, right? And Julius Randle chose to come here and help turn this franchise around. Whereas in the past, other people chose to come here because they knew the check was going to clear on time. You know what I'm saying? And we were here for those years. And so what I'm getting at is while Randle has botched the way he is received, you know, he is still our guy. Like, I don't want to just ship him out just because certain fans don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Because if we keep it real, Julius Randle has the best power forward numbers of anybody ever to play for this franchise. Ever. No other power forward in the history of this franchise has numbers close to what Julius Randle is doing. Right? Ever. It don't matter what power forward you look up. I don't care if you're looking up Oakley, DeBusschere. It don't matter who you bring up. Right? It don't matter who you bring up. You can even bring up Spencer Haywood, a team record. Spencer Haywood came up, put up great numbers, and he's still not Julius Randle numbers. Right? And he chose to come here and deal with the garden, deal with all the stuff that go with being a Knicks fan. And for the most part, aside from a few moments where I wish I could have grabbed him and talked to him, for the most part, I think he's done it okay. Because other free agents, not only do they choose not to come here, they clown us about not coming here. You know what I'm saying? But Randle came here and put up numbers, right? So his value to this organization is higher because he not only does he put up those numbers, but he's doing it for a team that can't attract superstars. And 5 years, but 5 miles away, the Brooklyn Nets can go get a star anytime they felt like it. Anytime they feel like getting a star. You want to trade Harden for Ben Simmons? Okay. You want to go get Kyrie? Okay. You want to go get Kevin Durant, Paul Pierce, Darren Williams? Okay. You want to go get Jason Kidd? You want to go get Richard Jefferson, Vince Carter? Okay. Brooklyn does that, right? The Knicks, on the other hand, we have to settle for the Brunsons, who's a 4-year player from another team coming somewhere to prove himself in the city. That's why Brunson's value is high with us, right? I'm sure he could probably do the same thing anywhere else, but he didn't want to be anywhere else. He wanted to be here. That's why we have to appreciate Brunson for coming here and doing what he do, and not undervaluing him or any of that sort. Us talking down on the same thing with Randle, right? That's the reason why I did the presentation. I put it out yesterday because I knew I was going to talk about it today. I want Knicks fans to understand that being a star for the Knicks is not easy. Period. So when guys come here,
real quick, Freezy, a lot of people do not know and understand that Brunson might have been the difference from Dallas winning or fighting for a championship this year.
Right.
They act like they don't know and appreciate that.
Right.
You know, they have to say, yo, no, I don't even want to go on the way.
Freezy don't know and appreciate. He got that man at a 7. That man should be at an 8.5.
Whoa.
All right. All right. Either way. I just have 8.5. I have 8s and 8.5s reserved for Donovan Mitchell type players. Like if you are 8, you're a Donovan Mitchell, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram type player.
Well, let me take that back.
If you're a 9, you're a, if you're a 9, man, you're a Jaylen Brown type player.
Well, let me take that back. You have two values. I'm fine with Brunson being a 7 in the NBA, but he's 8.5 on the Knicks.
Okay,
I guess is my point.
Okay. That may be true, but what I want to do is just make sure that I want to put something out there so we can appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what it is that we have, and not be in this mindset, because Jay Boogie know this. When we first got out here to this internet space and started talking about making trades for other team players, we always had this mindset that we're going to trade all our trash for another team best player. That was the prevailing thought. We're going to take scraps off our bench and trade them for Giannis. That was the, and so we like, yo, you can't overrate your players in a trade and then underrate them on the floor. Like, you legit boo certain guys and then take those same guys and think you're going to trade them for Giannis? That don't make sense. So it's the reason why we do put this system out here. Yo, Rel is in the building. We Talk Mavs. Make sure y'all go subscribe to We Talk Mavs. That's my man, Rel Talk. Him and King Kai do dope content. Y'all to see the link to their page on the Lawrence Tears channel. Click on it. It takes you directly to their page. Check out their videos. And if you are so inclined, subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Support them cats as they do this thing over there across the country for their squad. But we always have dope conversations. Appreciate you, Rel. Jay Boogie, you see what I'm talking about, though? When I'm talking about how we appreciate our talent or rate our talent. And for instance, earlier in the year, people were saying that Quickly is what are we gonna do with Quickly? Quickly can't do such and such and such. The whole time, his defense he was ranked as a top 10 defender. Right? The whole time he was a top 10 defender. Then his offense started to come along, and people only looked at the ball going through the basket as how you rate a player. But NBA players are not dudes that just take shots all the time. They defend and pass and all that other stuff. Can they do that other stuff well? You feel me?
I got you.
That's so for that reason, I want to say that the OG Anunoby thing, I would love to have OG Anunoby, right? But at this current moment, he's hurt, and their asking price to us specifically were 2 young players under controllable contracts, and a first-round pick. The only players, young players, under controllable, promising young players, I'm sorry, is Grimes, because Grimes is not ready for an extension yet, and Mitchell Robinson just signed his contract this summer. Are we willing to give up Grimes and Mitch in a first-round pick for OG Anunoby?
OG be a nice player to have on this team. He can do 3 major things. One is he can give us. He can fill the role of us having a small forward. That's first thing first.
Right.
Second thing is it also can help RJ to go back to his natural position.
Okay.
All right. Third thing is it can allow Grimes to go to the bench and strengthen the bench up. Okay. Those are the 3 things that OG can bring forth to the Knicks.
Okay.
But my thing is, I'm not jumping out the window to pay and pay for somebody that they don't want. And then I'm gonna give you 4 names: Siakam, Fleet, Barnes, Gary Trent. He's the fifth option.
Okay.
So why am I giving up all this for a fifth option on a team? It's number 5.
Right.
And that's why he wants up out of there. He want up out of it because he know that, they got me down in the basement. So if they got you in the basement, why are you trying to get us to give you all this extra access for somebody that you're not even using to for full capabilities and to the strength of his game? But it's two trades in the NBA. It's the Knicks trade and a league trade. When it comes to the Knicks, you want to overvalue and swing and get everything possible in the world it is that you can from us. But
Right.
you negotiating something else with somebody else, it's not about that. Everything is skyrocketed on us.
Okay.
But I get it. I understand it. I get it. But I just appreciate if Leon just go ahead and continue to play hardball with this situation and not give up more than what this guy is worth, even though we can really use him.
Right.
We can really use him. But you're talking about a team that's falling off, a team that's breaking up, a team that's under us in the league right now. Slowly but surely breaking up.
Okay.
The Clippers want Van Fleet. So you're not going to hit us in the head, man.
Right.
Stop it.
Right. I in terms of whatever this front office do, what I'm saying, what I'll say to this, Jay Boogie, is this: whatever the front office does at the trade deadline, bro, I'm okay with it. Right? I'm okay with whatever they do, as long as it's not something criminal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then then we all, regardless of what, will have. But my thing is I want to trust them. I'm trying to develop a trust system with them for the rest of the year. Right? Do I think they've gone too long without getting Brunson and quickly ball handling help? Yes. Right? Because tomorrow's February. Why are you going to wait until 52 games into a season to go get them 2 dudes ball handling help? Miles McBride ain't, and I know they trying to develop Miles McBride. I know that. I'm not crazy all the time, right? You know what I'm saying? I understand they're trying to develop Miles McBride, bring him along, right? He needs minutes in order to develop. I get it. And by the end of the season, I know Miles McBride will be a better player for it. It's the same thing they did with Quickly last year. Quickly struggled for 2/3 of the season last year. And then at the end of the season, he clicked. So I'm expecting the same thing from Miles McBride, the development program. Miles McBride, come after All-Star break, I think Miles McBride will be better, right? But unlike last year, this team appears to be a playoff team. Last year, they developed quickly, and that team didn't look like a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they should go out and get the guy. But even if they don't, and Miles McBride clicks at the end of the season and becomes a baller, and this team makes the playoffs, you got to clap your hand and applaud the organization for having a plan and watching it come to fruition. Right? They had a plan through the rough times. They stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And then the plan that they had blossomed. And instead of me being a hater, I'll give them their flowers. Like, okay, I didn't see your plan. Now I see what it is that y'all were trying to do. It came to fruition. Y'all did a good job. I'm not afraid to give people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Why hog all the flowers? It's crazy. But I do feel like during points of the season, bro, Brunson looked like he was dead tired going into fourth quarters. Quickly looked like he was overmatched by height matchups. Garden up, he's 6'3", Garden guys 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Same thing with Grimes, 6'4", Garden 6'7", Luka. You feel me? So ultimately, what I'm getting at is We don't know what their plan is exactly, but at some point, though, we'll see the fruits of their labor bear itself out. Is there a specific player that you would like to see the Knicks go after? No, and I mean not who's available. I'm talking about who you would like them to pursue.
I mean, for right now, I mean, like if I had a choice, you know, and I had an option to say so, you know, and now that he's back and he's playing, I mean, I wouldn't mind having Dorian Finney-Smith. You know, I've already been saying it, but he was injured before.
Right.
One is he's a 3-and-D guy. He's gonna come check the best player, and he has chemistry with Brunson. You know, and he doesn't need the ball. You know what I'm saying, to be effective on the court.
Okay.
You know, all he needs is a man so he can be more effective on the defensive end. You know, that's just it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than OG. He's making 12 million, something like that. You got a 55 million four-year deal, something like that. But this contract is not bad. You know, just something small. We're gonna have to do something to help get over the hump. But if not, as long as you're trading Cam away from here, don't bring Cam back after the deadline.
Right.
Because it'll look uglier than them green lights up there in New York for the Philadelphia Eagles. It'll look ugly.
Right.
Don't bring Cam back after the deadline.
Okay.
Is where I'm at. You know, I think the team is over. I think they in the range of over achieving.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. And I look for us to rest of the way either be 6 or 7. We still got dates coming up with Miami. And I'm glad to see last year we started to really play against Miami. So this year with Brunson, it should be, you know, a fight. And I see Atlanta, they keep up and down, more so going down, Toronto going down. You know, I'm okay if we make 7, you know, at least 7 to give you for us to be eliminated. You have to beat us twice at the crib.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's not been hard to do this year, but we still will have 2 home court games, you know what I'm saying, to make the playoffs.
And we get to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We get to go.
So J Book, I want to show you.
If I could throw a name out there.
Let me, Gian, let me do this. Let me do this real quick with Dorian Finney-Smith to J Boogie point. So Dorian Finney-Smith is averaging about 9 points a game, about 5 rebounds. He's a 6'7", 220-pound wing. He'll be 30 he'll be 30 May the 4th. Wow. He'll be 30 on May 4th. Whatever. 30 years old. He's 29. That's nothing. That's nothing. What I want to show you, though, is this. Hey, I want to show you his advanced stats, right? So advanced stats says his defensive rating this year is 115.2. Last year, it was 110.4. The year before, 112.1. The year before that, 109.5 and 108.7. Right? His defensive rating has been increasing every year. And generally, what happens is when guys start making shots, their defense tend to take a small hit, right? Right? Just a small. I'm not saying that he's not a good defender, because you and I both know the better you get as a defender, the more they put you on the best offensive player.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you go from guarding Davis Bertans to Jason Tatum's every night. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to do is I want to surprise you with the number. Right. You see Dorian Finney-Smith, right? 115, 110, 112, 109.
Right.
I want to surprise you with a number. And when I say surprise, you are going to be shocked. Right? I'm going to stop sharing that one, right? And then share this one with you. Because I think in tandem, these two guys off the bench together would make the Knicks defense elite. So this player has a defensive rating this year of 107, right? Which is better than Dorian Finney-Smith. Last year, it was 104. And the year before that, it was 106.5. Anybody know whose numbers these are? Yeah, we would guess this is Quentin Grimes, right?
I don't know.
Chat, who do y'all think this is? Just chat, just tell me a wild guess. This is for the chat. Whose numbers do you Ivory 10, who do you think these numbers are? King Ribby in the building. Keep doing your music, bro. You need to put out more music, King Ribby. Stop playing. DSJ says quickly, right?
Definitely quickly. No.
Toonie
played more than 36 games this first year. Oh no, that's this year. Yeah, that's quickly.
Hey, so I'm gonna show y'all whose numbers these are. And this is why when I see Tibbs, I'm gonna have a conversation with them. Y'all see whose numbers those are?
It caught me by surprise.
Obi Toppin. That's Obi. Right? That's Obi Toppin's defensive numbers based on NBA.com. And y'all know it's NBA.com. I didn't find some weird, I'm not using StatMuse or some weird website. This is the official stat tracker of the NBA. NBA.com. Right? Obi Toppin is a defender. Right? The only thing about Obi is when he gets lost on a defensive play, it's hard for him to recover. Right? So I showed you Dorian Finney-Smith, who is a renowned defender, right? Using the same website, the same site, right? I'm going to stop this one here, and then I'll go back to Dorian Finney-Smith, right? And this is not tricknology, right? This is not tricknology. This is real. This is NBA.com, right? This is not tricknology. You see NBA.com up there. You see it's the NBA's official stat tracker. That's Dorian Finney-Smith. And all I did was scroll down to advanced stats and show you his defensive rating. 115, 110, 112, 109, 108, 102, 105. Right? Not using any tricks, no weird website, none of that. Right? I show you Dorian Finney-Smith, and then I show you Obi Toppin. Right? And then scroll down on Obi's, right? Traditional splits. Y'all see all that stuff? And then you see Obi Toppin's defensive rating, 107.1, 104, 106. So the reason why I show that is not because I wouldn't mind having Dorian Finney-Smith. Heck yeah, I want to. Yeah, yes. Can we get Dorian Finney-Smith in here? Yes, I would love to have Dorian Finney-Smith. Would I love to see Tibbs play him and Obi and Mitch and Grimes and Quickly together in a defensive unit? I think that defensive unit would smother teams. But here's the thing. And here's my question to Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie, if the Knicks front office trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, will Tom Thibodeau play Dorian Finney-Smith?
Oh, that's a different type person. He's going to play him. He's going to play him because his effort. You know, he's going to bring the effort, and the comparison with him and Obi, that's a good stat, overall game comparison stat. But if we talking about 1 point lead and we talking about inside 4 minutes inside that fourth quarter, I'm Dorian is on that floor over Obi.
Over Obi, right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's what can you do in crucial moments? Can you get a key crucial stop, a key crucial rebound, a key crucial charge, a key crucial dive on the floor for a loose ball?
Right.
Can you make a crucial play?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I look at right there. But I believe I know for a fact Tom would play him. He would have to. He would bring too much to the team and everything. And I guess we're gonna have to just see what's gonna happen. I just pray that everything can continue on going in the right direction. I'm not nowhere near upset about how the team and what the team is doing now,
right,
compared to listen to so many, negative things at the beginning of the season. I'm not even worried about the Lakers, but I do see how much people really. Like, for instance, LeBron, you don't want to play in Brooklyn last night, but you're gonna suit up tonight, but you don't want to come here. So, people still want to play and have fun in our arena. You know what I mean? Try to size us up. But I'm good with where the Knicks is at. I'm happy where we at. As long as you don't bring Cam back at the end of the deadline, then I say, well, you're trying to make sure these guys get the proper minutes to develop, their games in more crucial time situations. You know what I'm saying? And you just believing in the young guys right now.
Right.
You trying to bring them along. That's what I would take until something else come about. But when something else come about, you need to go ahead and swing for the fences. Right. But I'm not mad missing out on Donovan. Well, we 3 games behind them guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference from being at least 10 games behind them. Or we 3-4 games, maybe up above 500, something like that. I haven't looked lately. That's better than being under 500, so.
Right. What I would say to that is I am still upset about us not getting Donovan Mitchell. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna let it impede, saying Nick's analysis and all that. Like, I'm not bitter. Mm-hmm. I'm not bitter about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna throw it in people's face every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The way I deal with the Donovan Mitchell thing is just the way I deal with it.
Right.
Right. But what I would like to not have happen, and if it does, I'll find a way to deal with it too. But what I would like to not have happen is OG Anunoby get traded to another team, and then we find out that the Knicks, could have offered that and didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's a difference from what we can offer compared to whatever another team is offering, which could be the same or maybe just a little bit more than for them to accept our offer. That's why I said it's 2 different kinds of trades in the league. It's a Knick trade, the league trade. And, dealing with this dude over there in Toronto, he's like dealing with Danny Ainge. I don't know what it is, but.
Right. My thing. So Jay Boogie, my thing is I just wanted to mention this about the Dorian Finney-Smith thing, just to close the door on that conversation. Not on the thought, but just put a bow on the conversation.
Right. I'm good with it. Go ahead.
Right. I would love to have Dorian Finney-Smith as a starter. Right. As a starter, play him at the 3 if you can. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Him, Randall, RJ, Brunson, Mitch. Come on. Let's do it. What I would like to do, though, is if we trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, pay fair market value for him. Don't overpay for him. And then when he gets here, not play him in certain roles. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like don't pay Porsche prices, get a Nissan, and don't even drive the Nissan. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what and Tibbs scares me. That's the reason why I showed the Obi numbers. Because if I can see the Obi numbers as a random dude on the internet, I know Tibbs them, the advanced analytics departments for the Knicks, I know they see Obi defensive numbers. Right? It's Tibbs' comfort level with him. Why he don't play Obi. In my mind, should Obi be playing more minutes? Now that I've seen these defensive numbers, I say yes. Right? before I saw these defensive numbers, I was like, no, I don't need a soft power forward. Right. But information is supposed to make us smarter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Information is supposed to make us smarter. So now that I have more information, I can have a more informed take. Right. And nobody else in Nick's universe said anything about Obi's defense. So it's not just me, it's everybody. We underrate Obi's defense and his effort. Even though we say things like energy and come to play, all those things about Obi, we never equated it to his defense. But now that we see it, we got to start having a conversation about it, man. Right? G.I., is there a specific G.I., would you consider doing this? Would you consider OG Anunoby and Dorian Finney-Smith?
Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. Heck yeah.
And if the Knicks do that, does that change our expectations for this season?
Yes. We might not be able to. I'm going to give us another 15 games of 500 ball. I don't think we'll play any worse than 500 ball. I'm going to give us another 15 games of 500 ball. But in those last 10, we got to be clicking. Last 10 to 15, if we got that many, we got to be clicking because we want to go into the playoffs hot. Would if you made those trades, you would, if you lost in the first round, it better be a heartbreaker. But you better immediately, what the Knicks should have a problem with ASAP is they don't have mentally tough enough, physically tough enough unit to maintain their home floor. Jay Boogie, could you imagine? Jay Boogie, the Garden is so important to you. Could you imagine playing on a team where y'all are considered 5th or 6th, that top 10 in the NBA, but you're 4 or 5 games under 500 at home? Come on now. Imagine how good you would be if you only got tough on your home floor. If you felt the energy that we felt in the Garden, they should be feeling that same energy. They should know that New Yorkers got their back just to be relevant. They ain't even asking for a championship right now. They saying, y'all relevant? We're going to fight for y'all relevancy. And we losing these games at home. That should immediately let them know we got a roster construction issue.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Bro, when you came home, you told me to meet you at the Garden. That's what you say. You ain't say, yo, let's go get a Willie Burgers. Yo, let's go up. Let's go roll through Brooklyn. Let's go, you know what I mean? Let's go do some hood stuff. You said, G.I., I need you at the Garden.
The Garden. Yeah, you just gave me a new song, too. Don't let nobody in the building.
Don't let nobody in the building.
Hold them hostage if they come up in the building.
Come on now. If you think you leaving with a W, I don't know how your bus is going to pull out from underneath and you can't catch the train. It ain't safe for you to catch the train. You better not bring a bus up under here. How you going to get here? Uber? Nah. They should start saying, forget putting up 50. Yo, now how y'all going to get us in and out of here without getting our heads torn up? Do you see that place? Like every other stadium you pull into, this thing, bro, we got to leave an hour before. That should be uncomfortable. That should be uncomfortable. What do you mean we got we might have to walk to the game? What do we? Yeah, something happened. It's an accident outside. Broadway is shut down. It's only one way to get to the Garden. We can't put y'all on the train. We can't call and get the train shut down. It should be an inconvenience to play at the Garden. Cats is getting too comfortable. I would start spitting in Cat's face. Yo, homie, it's no disrespect to the channel. I ain't trying to get too raw, but it's that type of feeling when you come to Cats is coming in here like, yeah, man, let me wear my new sneakers today. I know we getting televised. I know the network's gonna be there. ESPN, that's the closest team they could get to is the Garden.
Right. Okay.
My bad. I was feeling the J Boogie rant there. My bad. My passion took over.
I was thinking about
that ain't my role. That ain't my role.
I was trying to figure out if it was something else I could write down.
Nah, my bad. I got mad J Boogie, yo. I just know when you came though, you was like, yo, GI, meet me at the Garden, yo. Why can't you
meet me there this weekend? I'll be there for both them games this weekend. I'll be there for both of them. Unfortunately, I'm trying to. I don't know if my people's gonna play or not, so that's gonna be a downfall. But he know I need a jersey from him. But I don't know because John Wall is hurt. But yeah, I'm trying to have bragging rights over John and PJ. So that's why I'll be at both of them games. So and then I got my wife and my baby, Zariah. She's coming. She's going to her first NBA basketball game. So. She's ready to come and the wife is going with. So Miss Boogie and Little Boogie gonna be with.
Salute to the family. Salute to the family.
Yeah. The boogies travel well. The boogies travel well, baby.
Yeah, man. Hey, so
you only see it once.
Yeah,
you only see it once. Whatever it is you doing that day, you only see it once.
Bim. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's why you gotta cherish it, man.
That's right.
Do it and cherish it, man. Enjoy yourself.
Day. That was the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. The Dorian Finney-Smith conversation, bro, has me thinking like, do we really even need OG? Should we just go that route? But what's Dallas gonna be asking though in return for Dorian Finney-Smith?
I don't know, but it'll be. I think it could be fair, just as long as the numbers match. Maybe. I don't know, but I know trying to do business with people that got it out for us is pretty much different. I don't think Mark Cuban has it out for us or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mark Cuban don't play like that. He don't play.
Right.
Okay, you want to do it? Let's do it. As long as it's fair for us and fair for what I'm saying, then we can do it. But. Right. I don't know. Send him Cam is something. Send him Cam in a couple of, second rounders or something. You know what I mean? That sounds good for me. Take Cam in a few of these second rounders.
Yeah, man, or something.
Or something. I think Cam is more protected.
Are they still yeah. Nah, Dorian Finney-Smith wasn't even my idea. And somebody tell Pudge Nice to come back and get back in the chat, man. I know Pudge Nice ain't salty at my man Freezy, bro. When you come at people's neck, they go at your neck. You can't back. Come on, man. Where Pudge Nice at? Pudge Nice, come on, man. Get back in the chat, show. Money. Listen, shopping at the dollar store. I just said, man. It's what I'm saying. What I have been saying the whole time is I don't care what they do. All I'm saying is J Boogie had a good idea and I'm warming up to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, GI, is that a crime? GI, listen, do I have to disagree with J Boogie just for the sake of disagreeing?
Listen, don't try to pull GI in this now. I have no problem with Finley. I do believe it is a type of cheap move that the Knicks will make right now. And so I don't think the fans want to hear that on the network. But I think what fans have to see happen is, especially a mature mind, the three of us, we're starting to think about moves that management can make that will better the team, they won't lose their sleep over. And those, if you're really following this management, and it's been 3 years now, they've given us enough, you have no other way but to be reasonable. I know you want OG, but as people start throwing out more assets for OG, the price increases. So Freezy is trying to tell you, J Boogie's trying to tell you, yes, OG allows RJ to go back to his normal position. Yes, OJ makes us longer on the wing when them beasts come into the stadium. Yes, OG allows us to, he loves to attack the rim. So we got more people attacking the rim. I think he gives us, I think RJ and OG on the floor together. Ooh, I think from a shooting standpoint, that's going to hurt a little bit at times. But yes, we become tougher. But if the price ain't right, you can't do it. And you can't expect this, man. You can't expect them to break the bank for OG, but they walked away from Donovan Mitchell. You guys, they set the table for you. They set the table for you.
Right.
I mean, I could give them a ghost if they want a ghost story. I could do that.
It ain't even Halloween.
I can tell you, you know what I'm saying, we could go get brides from over there in Phoenix. They're going to give up their young 3-and-D, player, you know what I'm saying, that's knocking down trades left and right. And I can say that. Right. I can tell them that maybe Kawhi and Paul George, they ain't on the same page. They ready to break that up. I can tell you some ghosts, but ghosts is not what's happening because none of these teams are getting ready to get rid of none of their key players right now. No deadline. It's just not going to happen. So you just got to do something to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? To keep moving, towards the right direction until something cracks, wide open for us. You know what I mean? And sooner or later, it's going to get back to us where we're going to be able to use all them draft picks and all that again. And Leon is not going to hold back because he feel like, the guys that he got now on the team, the young youth, they don't develop good enough. See, you have to do one or the other. You have to get rid of the young guys and keep the draft picks, or get rid of the draft picks and keep the young guys. You got to do one or the other. You know what I mean? So right now they're in the middle of trying to figure out how far along are these guys coming along and how far can they go, or do we need to replace them, you know what I'm saying, and bring in some more access on the draft, but, ship them out on the trade. So they trying to figure out what they got to do, man. But I can give you some ghosts all day long if you want some ghosts.
Right. Well, I would say this, man. I like where the team is headed. I don't know if I like the pace, that we moving at though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know how for those of us like my granddaddy drove us, my grandfather drove us from the Bronx, New York to South Carolina one year. He was like, "Yo, we ready to go down south." So we, everybody, I came over from Jersey City, man, stayed with my grandma a couple days, you know what I'm saying? We getting to Caprice, you know what I'm saying? We about to hit the road. This like 80, something like 11, 12 years old, whatever. And he like, "Yo, we going down south." And I'm like, "Yo, Peaches down there." I had a crush on this girl named Peaches, but whatever. Right. But back then the speed limit was 55 and he wasn't gonna go over 55. So we in the car like, "Oh God, it's taking forever to get down south. It's taking forever." Jay, but you know what I'm talking about? It's taking forever to get down south. So that's how I'm feeling like right now with the Knicks. Like, I like the direction that they're going. I like where they going. But they letting my grandfather drive the Caprice is basically how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? And so people will say, "Man, just be patient. You're going to get there eventually." Nah, bro, we've been on this same road. So we ain't been to the finals since 99, and we shouldn't even been there in 99, to be honest. We was an 8th seed that was injured. We should have been the number 1 seed in the East, but we had a whole bunch of injuries. Dude didn't come back to like the 35-40 game mark. We got red hot at the end of the season, came in as an 8th seed and made it to the finals, right? But before that, it was 94, and we should have won it in 94. But before that, it was 21 years in between, right? And now it's 24 years in between. How patient can one fan base be? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at. So I'm not being irrational. I don't want to sound irrational. I want to present this thing as everybody else doing it, why not us type scenario.
I get exactly what you said. You want us to, speeding up the pace, you know what I'm saying? Drive a whole lot faster, because if we keep going slow like we going, Orlando Magic gonna pass us.
Right.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Right.
I want to see the pace picked up too. I want a championship, man. Damn, I want a championship. I want a parade. I want to see all the podcast superstars there, celebrating and everything, and watching all the hard, energy and work on top of these YouTubes the energy paying off. I want to see all that, man.
Right.
I want to see all that.
Right. No doubt. No doubt, bro. I want to be in a situation where I can meet all these cats like Wacko and all these others in the city celebrate the championship, because I'm gonna meet. What I found is I've met a lot of y'all face to face, a lot more than what y'all think. Like a lot of y'all, since I only met like some of y'all like as individuals. I see y'all, but y'all don't understand that when I go to DC and go to Charlotte and go to Atlanta and go to Orlando and go to Memphis and go to Miami and go to, I ain't been to the Garden in a minute, right? Because, but whatever. But when I go to these places, man, I meet a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like one or two at a time. But them numbers add up. Jay Boogie, how many Knicks fans you meet when you go to these games?
I normally meet about 40 other Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? And I normally get to see at least about 15 to 20 podcast fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That either I know or they know me. Right. So yeah, it's a good wide number,
Yeah.
It's a good wide number.
Yeah.
And then anything you see Nick going on anyway, you're gonna indulge in it with it anyway.
Anyway.
Especially when you're on the road. You have to.
Right. Right. And then some of us, our personalities are such, whether we a Knicks fan or not, when we gonna see, the party start at us. You know what I'm saying? The party started at us, whether we Knicks fans or whether it's just life.
Right.
Like I enjoy life, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't even matter if it's Knicks, but when you put the two together, man, now you're talking about you know what I'm saying, just fun. You know what I'm saying? So, dang, Jay Boogie, you put this thing in my mind. Now I can't get it out. Dorian Finney-Smith.
G might be ducking me, man. Y'all be ducking me, man. I can't get a bow tie. I can't get a golf club. Nothing.
I be doing. I set my schedule so far in advance, man. And I've been traveling. I'm sitting here with the assignments in front of me, texting my partner like, "Yo, I need to wake up." He's in California. Get up. I need you to look at this. And then when he late at night, so my clock is just off. I'm so sorry, man. I gotta do better.
No, you gotta continue on doing what you got to do to make sure you're straight. I'm just talking with you. As soon as we gonna dap it up. We gonna rock.
Yeah, man. We definitely gonna rock. I'm trying to do. I don't want to give away too much, but if the Knicks make the playoffs, trust.
What you mean if we go into the playoffs?
Them.
Never see that worse.
Especially if we get Dorian Finney-Smith. If we get Dorian Finney-Smith, bro. I was looking at his numbers while we was chopping it up, bro. I got. Dang it. He was not on my radar. But anyway, I gotta run because me and the Queen get ready to do something.
All right.
Get ready to do a joint at 12:30. Y'all be aware, it's like 12:30-ish. So we working something out. So we gonna be
in the chat.
Hard hitting, right? Thank you to the chat for coming through and hanging out with us. Thank you to Jay Boogie, G.I.
Yo, salute to Pudge Nice. Come back, Pudge. Come back, Pudge.
Pudge Nice. Come on, Pudge Nice. Come on, bro. Pudge Nice came for my throat. I went for his throat and he disappeared. Come on, Pudge Nice. It's what it is. It's how we do. It's slap boxing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing personal.
But he pinched you and you tried to shoot him in the head with a 45.
Well,
he put on boxing gloves and you tied dresser drawers on your
exactly. So all fights
that man with a dresser drawer. God almighty.
Yeah, hey man, it's sometimes it be like that. Y'all talk about me. Have y'all seen Rob the Nick come for my neck, bro? Rob the Nick do that in face to face.
We expect that from y'all.
Rob is Rob. The art of getting robbed. 50 still paying that man for his name for the title of his song. Rob is robbed, man.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking, man. We'll see y'all
No
in a
doubt,
little bit,
baby.
y'all.